Welcome to this burbling class. It's Friday for me in New Zealand. If it's Thursday night for you, you've only got one day left until the weekend, so I hope it's a good one. If you're new to Verbling, you might want to check out my teacher page or the teacher page of some of the other teachers, and I'm sharing that in the chat box with you. This is a writing class, which I usually try and do at the end of the week, so that you can try and practice some of the things you've learned over the week. And also give your writing a bit of work, because it's not often that we do writing classes. A lot of the time we're focused on speaking. This writing class is actually going to be a bit of fun because we're going to write a synopsis for a fake novel. If you were to write a novel, what would it be about? You're going to tell us today. A synopsis is basically sort of like a summary of the novel. So you tell us roughly what happens in the book. And it's interesting to think about something that you would write. If someone were to say to you, okay, I'll give you $100,000 to write a novel, what would you do it about? So let's see who we've got. We'll say hello to our students, and then we'll get straight into writing today. So hello to Anna, who was here first, I think.
Hello, Amy. Thank you.
How are you doing, Anna? I missed you the other day. You've been busy?
Thank you for missing me. Yes, I must be.
Yeah, I assumed you would have been busy. But everything going okay for you?
Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you. And you?
Yeah, great, thank you. The weather here in New Zealand seems to be suddenly improving, which is really great because we've had kind of a long-winded, cold weather season. So it's now sunny and beautiful. I'm hoping it's going to stay that way for the next few months. Anyway, welcome to the class, Anna. Who else is here? Julian, hello.
Hello, Amy. How are you?
Great, thank you. Have you had a good week?
Yes, I have a good week. Now I am
Brilliant.
in relaxed time on holidays.
You're on holidays?
Yeah.
Well, it has been a great week. What have you been doing? Just chilling out at home, or did you go away somewhere?
No, yes, something chill out time in my house.
Mm-hmm.
I am doing other things that I could do when I work.
Catching up, Julian.
Yes.
You're not cleaning out the garage, are you? Because that's
Yeah.
Ah!
Well, I don't have garage, but
Oh, thank goodness. That's
But
one
yes,
of my least favorite tasks to do,
Yeah.
actually.
Yes,
In your holiday.
I can see that in your face, that the very reaction for you.
All right. Well, I'm relieved to hear you're not wasting your holiday doing that kind of thing. It's good to see you. Welcome.
It's very good to see you.
Ksenia, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you.
That's good. Have you had a good week?
Yes, I think so. Every my week is good. So
Excellent.
Yes.
Oh, you're such a positive person, Ksenia. You always say that. It's very cheerful to hear. All right, so guys, we're just going to get straight stuck into writing. Let me share the link with you, if I can remember where I pasted it. And as usual, we've got a little bit of time. So we did have a high number of bookings for this class. So what I'm going to do, in case people start to arrive late, is try and correct in order of arrival. So I'll give you guys about 20 minutes to write. If no one else comes, I'll give you longer. If we get an influx of students, then I will start correcting in about 20-25 minutes with you guys first. And then we'll see how we go from there. So the link is there. Let me share my screen. There's not a lot for you to see on here. But let me just give you also a little helper, which is for just writing a synopsis. If you're not exactly sure what to do, there's a page that can help you out here. Just gives you some little bullet points on what kind of things you should think about if you want to have a look at it. It's the second link there. And just do what you always do. Type your name and off you go. I'll stay quiet, and if you have any questions, just ask. Hello, Adrian. Welcome. Are you there, Adrian? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Welcome. We are just in the middle of writing.
Yes.
But you're not too late. If you'd like to start, our topic today is writing a synopsis for a novel that you would write. So basically writing a little summary, what would happen in your novel. And if you'd like to start now, I can give you about 15 or 20 minutes to do your writing, and then we'll correct it, okay?
Okay. I will give it a try.
Okay, sure. I will give you a link to the document that the other students are working on. And then if you click on that, you can just access the same file as them. Just type your name. And if you need some tips, you might want to check out this other link about what you should include possibly in a synopsis, okay?
Okay.
All right, if you have any questions, just let me know. If you could possibly mute your microphone just while you're writing to save everyone having different typing noises.
Okay.
Right, I'll speak to you soon.
Ezt most nem értem. Becsatlakoztam megint valami.
Okay, about 5 more minutes, everybody. So just think about how you're going to finish off your synopsis. Leave some time to check it through. Okay, Anna, just to keep the atmosphere quiet, I'll just give the others about 2 more minutes and I'll come to you first of all. Okay? Okay, so we're gonna read through Anna's and start marking it, but if you do want to carry on writing for a little while longer, you may. Just be aware that we do have to finish this class in half an hour, so I can't mark too much writing for each student, but we should get through plenty, so let's get going. Anna, could you read us what you've written about your book, please?
Okay. This book, named Unforgivable, has its plot around a family which had lost their youngest daughter and has been searching for her for 4 years, when out of the blue a beautiful girl knocks on the door. The mother does not recognize her, but the oldest sister notes a tattoo and says, "She's Amy." Then the girl tells the family she was kidnapped and used as a sexual slave, kept in a basement with no sunlight, no bathroom, no shower, just a rose and a beach chair with a hole and a bucket under it to use it like a toilet seat. The story carries on with the girl trying to adjust and the police trying to find her kidnapper. The police starts instead investigating, and they see she has vitamin D deficiency, which proves her story. She has signs of abuse and so on. The older sister is always bugging her and says she does not belong to that family. but she knows a lot about the other girl, and the oldest sister is sure that she is Amy. The question is, why didn't her teacher,
Mm-hmm.
her own mother, recognize her? Amy tries hard to get along with everyone, but she suffers from her older sister and mother's rejection. One day, despite her father and oldest sister's support, Amy tries to commit suicide by cutting her wrists, and while they are in the hospital, it dawns on them that she's an impostor because of the blood tests. She went to a trial and is condemned for fake identity. However, before going to the jail, the police finds she was held hostage in the basement she had described, and there was really a kidnapper and a sexual abuse. Who was that girl? Why did she take the other girls with an apostrophe place? The story is full of twisters. The older sister is in fact a psychopath who has killed her daughter. Her sister, sorry. The family cannot forgive their fake new member. The police see her as a guilty person, then as a victim. How did she get the same tattoo? How did she escape? Who are the people who are going to be arrested? Which part of the story is really unforgivable? To know more about this book, you have to read this awesome novel, which has pinches of romance and lots of mystery. It's a timeless novel written by Anna Deninsky, but it's not a common criminal story. You would find yourself immersed in the huge net of happenings and upheavals. It's something that may not be unforgivable, but the story is definitely unforgettable.
Wow, Anna, you've sold it to me. Seems like very full of suspense. All right, well done. So what we do need to try and do, Anna, if you're writing this a lot of text, maybe try and split it up into paragraphs just so it's easier to navigate. But well done, nicely written. Let's go through it. So this book named, we need a comma if we're going to say named Unforgivable. And another one here. Has its plot around a family which had lost their youngest daughter and had been searching for her for 4 years. When out of the blue, comma, a beautiful girl knocks on the door. Mother does not recognize her, but the older sister noticed. Okay,
Sorry,
so what?
Notices.
Yeah, great. Okay. Notices a tattoo and says, we wouldn't say she, we'd say this. This is Amy, okay? It's like when you answer the phone in English, you don't say I am, you say this is, for some reason, I don't know why. We don't need a full stop because we already have exclamation mark. Then the girl tells the family she was kidnapped and used as a sexual slave, full stop. Or we can carry on, but we need to say, and we can carry on. And kept in a basement with no sunlight, no bathroom, and no shower, just a rose and a beach chair with a hole and a bucket under it to use like a toilet seat. I think use as a toilet seat. So I think we need a new paragraph. The story carries on with the girl trying to adjust and the police trying to find her kidnapper. The police start investigating and they see she has vitamin. So you can say vitamin, Anna, or vitamin, but not vitamine, okay? In England we say vitamin, but in other parts of the world they tend to say vitamin. So either of those is fine. Which proves her story. And she has signs of abuse and so on. The older sister is always bugging her and saying she does not belong to that family, but she knows a lot about the other girl, and the older sister is sure that she is Amy. The question is, why didn't her own mother recognize her? Great. Amy tries hard to get along with everyone, but she suffers from her older sister and mother's rejection. Perfect. One day, despite her father and older sister's support, Amy tries to commit suicide by cutting her wrist, probably wrists as more usual, don't know why. And while they're in the hospital, it dawns on them, oh, nice phrase, that she is an imposter because of the blood tests. We don't say bloods tests. She went to a trial. She goes to a trial. She goes to a trial and is condemned for fake identity. Full stop. However, before going to jail, the police find she was held hostage in the basement she had described, and there really was a kidnapper and sexual abuse. Who was that girl? Good question. I think we start the little questions down here. Who was that girl? Why did she take the other girl's place? The story is full of twists. A twister is like a type of weather event, like a little mini tornado. So a twist is what you mean here. The older sister is in fact a psychopath who killed her sister. The family cannot forgive their fake new member.
Teacher, nor forgive their fake new member, neither the psychopath.
So, sorry, Anna, I didn't quite get that. What do you mean? Change new member to psychopath?
Okay, the family can nor forgive their fake new member, neither the psychopath.
Ah, okay. So the family cannot forgive. It doesn't really work there to have nor, Anna. You can say the family cannot forgive their fake new member, and you just put nor. You don't need to put neither down here, okay? Nor the psychopath. I suppose you could put neither here if you want to. It sounds a little bit formally, but that's okay. It is a piece of writing. So let's put what you would like. And we need an and there. And the police see her as a guilty person, not a victim.
No. At first she was a victim, then guilt, then a victim again.
Okay, so the police see her as a guilty person and a victim?
Then as a victim. Then.
Oh, then is what you meant rather than than. Okay, so first they see her as a guilty person, then they see her as a victim?
Yes.
Okay, great, that makes more sense. How did she get the same tattoo? How did she escape? Who are the people who are going to be arrested? Which part of the story is really unforgivable? To know more about this book, you have to read this awesome novel. I think we need to say to know more, because otherwise we kind of repeat the book thing. And to know more is a bit more, I don't know, exciting, but we tend to say to find out more rather than know more. To find out more, you have to read this awesome novel which has pinches of romance and lots of mystery. It is a timeless novel written by Anna Dominsky, but is not a common criminal story. You would find yourself, we want to encourage these readers to read it out. We don't give them a choice here. You will find yourself immersed in the huge net of happenings and upheavals. It is something that may not be unforgivable, but the story is definitely unforgettable. Dun, dun, dun. Awesome. Thank you, Anna. Cool. All right, that was a great start. Let's see who wants to go next. I think it's Julian.
Okay.
Is this one yours, Julian?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
My name.
Forgot to write your name. Doesn't matter. I kind of had a look before and I thought I recognised your style.
Okay.
Could you read it for us, please?
Okay. Aaron, last ones make human with awareness on the world. After the first biological war in the human history, it's tried to find somebody that have not been affected by the ADCT32 virus that causes through abnormalities in the body and mind. The people infected with the virus lost the capacity to talk and the capacity to think and can develop other analytical skills related with the right side of the brain. It is a 2020 year and the old people infected are like children. Play all day, laugh every day, eat the foods that they could get from the nature. They want to be afraid for the future, other philosophical issues. But Aaron is a smart and well-educated man, so he is keeping out reading available books and other intellectual tasks to maintain his brain and mind healthy. But after 2 years of ending war, he starts to be anxious and feels lonely. At this point, he decides to take his backpack and start to travel around the world to find somebody like him. This new enterprise for him shall show him hidden aspects about the life and his perception about the behavior the infected people.
Wow, Julian, this sounds really dramatic. And I like it. I like your main character, Aaron. Sounds exciting.
Yes, I have the $1,000.
100,000, Julian.
No.
Okay. Right, let's read it. So, Aaron, the last human being, I think, is what you mean. The last human being. This sounds more dramatic. The last being human. Being human is okay, but
no, he is not the last. He's the one on the last. I don't try to say that because maybe could other people have the same performance than him.
So he's not the last actual man, but he's the last person who's like showing that he's still a human being in like his personality and stuff. Is that what you mean?
No, I try to say that many people are infected, but other people that is a minority that are not infected. But he is part of this minority, but no, he's the only one.
Okay, he's not the only one. Why'd you put last one?
Okay, I don't know. I tried to say that.
Let's say maybe one of the last is what you mean. One of the last.
Okay.
Right? As in, there's a group of last ones, and he's one of them. If you put the last one, then it's like he's the only one. Okay, so one of the last makes more sense.
Okay.
One of the last, I think we can put human beings with awareness of the world, awareness of something. Okay, this makes more sense. So, Aaron, one of the last human beings with awareness of the world after, we don't need a comma, otherwise it ruins the adjective sort of description, after the first biological war, we don't need a capital because it's not the name, it's just a biological war. So you can keep those two both with lowercase, in human history. Comma, is trying to find somebody that has, somebody acts as if it's he or she, so we need has, not been affected by the ADCT32 virus, nice authentic sounding name, Julian, that causes strong abnormalities in the body and mind. Okay, that's a great beginning. The people infected with the virus, we need to put it in the present, because we're sort of talking about the present when we're giving a synopsis, okay?
Okay.
So maybe actually present perfect is better because you're talking about people who, according to the story, have lost the capacity to talk, and it relates still to the present, and the capacity to think, and cannot develop other analytical skills related with the right side of the brain. Perfect sentence. Well done. Okay, it is the year 2020. If you want to say, if you want to use the word year, you've got to put it before the year, or you can just say it is 2020, but to make it clear, it's better to put it like you did. So it is the year 2020, and I think all the infected people was better, like children. They play all day, laugh every day, eat the foods that they can get because it's present from nature. Aren't afraid of the future. They aren't afraid, present, of the future, but was afraid of something, like aware of something, is the same, or other philosophical issues. But Aaron is a smart and well-educated, with a hyphen, because those two are part of the same word. So he is keeping up reading available books and other intellectual tasks to maintain his brain and mind healthy. To keep. You can't say to maintain his brain and mind healthy. You could say to maintain his brain and mind, but I think healthy is important, so let's say keep, then you can use healthy, okay?
Okay.
But after 3 years of ending war, no, because otherwise it sounds like he ended the war. So 3 years after the war ended, or the ending of the war, if you prefer. Better to say end of the war. 3 years after the end of the war, he starts to feel's probably a better one there, feel anxious and lonely. We don't need to say feel again. At this point, he decides to take his backpack. His backpack? Do you mean backpack, Julian?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Take his backpack and start to travel around the world to find somebody like him. This new enterprise for him shall show him hidden aspects about life and his perception about the behavior of the infected people. Awesome. Julian, that was really good. Some really great sentences, especially this one. Do you understand everything there?
Yes, I
Cool.
understand.
Thank you. Okay, two completely
Thank
different
you.
stories. Let's go to Ksenia. Where are you? Perfect.
Yeah, but
Okay,
I
Ksenia.
have the childish one.
Okay,
Sorry.
no worries. Let's
Okay.
hear it.
Feelings. Have you ever thought why you feel emotions, why you are happy, sad, or angry? I might know why. I'm going to tell you a story about a little girl and her feelings. Her name is Katie. There are 5 guys in her head: happiness, sadness, anger, disgusting, and uncertainty. They were born at the same moment as she was. They have been deciding what emotion he has been experiencing. Sadness is unwelcoming person because other emotions don't like her to coordinate the girl. Every time sadness is near the remote control of the girl, Kate is crying. So every day sadness reads the girl's instruction. But one day happiness is dealing with the girl's memory and presses the wrong button. She and sadness drop into imagination. They have to come back to the main office in one day, or the girl can be in trouble without feeling happy. Happiness is shocked. She doesn't know the returning way. But sadness didn't waste time. She read the instructions. She knows. So they find the right road and reach the main office just in time. And happiness understands that all feelings are very important, and they can't exist one without another. The people can't appreciate a happy day without a sad one.
Awesome, Ksenia. This reminds me of like a kids movie that's
Yes.
around. I haven't actually seen it, but I've seen like the ads for it, and I think it's something similar.
Yes, it's a great one.
Have you seen it?
Yes, recently,
worth
about 2
watching?
weeks. Yes, I love it.
Okay, cool. I might have to watch that. All right, so this is like a completely different story again. Awesome. So your title is Feelings. Okay. Have you ever thought about why you feel emotions? Or instead of thought about, you could say wondered. Have you ever wondered why you feel emotions? Why you are happy, sad, or angry? It's hard to put that in its own sentence. It might be better to. Have you ever thought about wondered why you feel emotions? Why you just put a comma so that you can connect it together with this. Why you are happy, sad, or angry, and then we can put the question mark. I might know why. I'm going to tell you a story about one little girl and her feelings. Great. Her name is Katie. There are 5 guys in her head. Happiness with an I. Sadness, anger, because we need to put them all in the same format. So if they're people, we got to have them as nouns. So disgust rather than disgusting, and uncertainty. They were born at the same moment as she was. Great. They have been deciding what emotion she has been experiencing. Sadness is an unwelcoming person. I'm just thinking about this one, Ksenia. It might be better to add just a tiny bit more, like they have been deciding what emotion she has experiencing throughout her life or something. Otherwise it sounds a little bit too empty. Like it might be today they have been deciding what emotion she's experiencing. It sounds a bit too close to what we are. So if you put this, it's like you can get a bigger picture. Okay, so sadness is an unwelcoming person. Because other emotions don't like her to coordinate the girl. I think it might be better to put and, really? Or do you mean for this reason?
A reason, maybe, yes. Why she's unwelcoming.
So let's put for this reason. Or this is why. The other emotions don't like her to coordinate the girl. Every time sadness is near the remote control of the girl, maybe the girl's remote control. Sounds better. Katie, isn't it? I think.
Yes. Why?
Katie is not new. Bold. Katie is crying. I think we need to say cries because what you've said is every time, so we need to use the present simple because it's something that happens all the time. So everyday sadness reads the girl's instruction. What do you mean by that, Ksenia?
Just girl is like an object, so and every girl had a book with rules how to
okay, an instruction manual.
Like yes, instruction manual.
Okay, that's better. That makes more sense. So everyday sadness reads, we should put a capital because it's like we're treating it as the name of the person. Reads the girl's instruction manual. Okay. We should do this with these as well since they're acting as people. Bold is what I'm trying to do. So because we're using them as names, they become proper nouns and then we have to capitalize them. Okay. But one day, happiness is dealing with the girl's memory and she presses the wrong button. She and sadness drop into emoji nation. What is that?
I don't know. Imagination.
Do you mean imagination?
Yes.
Okay, imagination, like as if it was a place, right?
Yeah.
This, Ksenia, is a really funny little construction because I don't know if you know those things called emojis. They're like the smiley faces that you get on your phone. And emoji nation sounds like the place where they live, you know, like the place where emojis live. Cool word, okay. We'll keep that one in my little things to remember for a laugh. They have to come back to the main, they have to get back, I think, because they are on a journey, right, in that case. They have to get back to the main office in one day, or the girl, or or else, might be better just to add a bit of extra punch, or else the girl will be in trouble without feeling, I think it might be better to say without being able to feel happiness. Like, because without that happiness person, she can't feel it, right? So if we say without being able, it adds to the explanation a bit more. Happiness is shocked. She doesn't know the way home, the way back, maybe the way back. But sadness doesn't waste time. We've got to stick with the present tense. Waste time. She read the instruction manual. She knows. She knows the way, I think. So they find the right road and reach the office, the main office, just in time. I think maybe instead of and, something like as a result or at the end or something like that. It's like, I suppose the point of the story, really, that happiness understands or realizes, maybe, realizes, then it shows that she like changes her mind, that all feelings are very important and they can't exist one without another. People can't appreciate a happy day without a sad one. Awesome. That was really lovely, Ksenia. Thank you. Do you understand all the corrections that I made?
Yes. Yes, it's clear.
All right, guys. That was so fabulous. Thank you for sharing your awesome stories. Would you mind if I shared those on Facebook? I really like sharing some good writing because I think it's kind of fun for the other students to see. Those are very awesome. Anyone object? Nope. Okay, I'll take silence as okay. Anna, actually, I put yours as the first one and then it ends up at the bottom because the comments in Facebook order themselves like that. I usually just put them in the order of that they are on the page. Maybe I'll try and do a separate post for each one this time instead, and then it can be even. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go. I hope you have a really great weekend. Hopefully I'll see you guys next week. Got some fun classes for next week as well, so take care. See you later.
Bye.
See you later, Amy. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, Amy. Thank you a lot.
Goodbye,
Thank you.
everyone.
See ya. Welcome to this verbling class. It's Friday for me in New Zealand. If it's Thursday night for you, you've only got one day left until the weekend, so I hope it's a good one. If you're new to verbling, you might want to check out my teacher page or the teacher page of some of the other teachers, and I'm sharing that in the chat box with you. This is a writing class, which I usually try and do at the end of the week so that you can try and practice some of the things you've learned over the week. And also give your writing a bit of work, because it's not often that we do writing classes. A lot of the time we're focused on speaking. This writing class is actually going to be a bit of fun because we're going to write a synopsis for a fake novel. If you were to write a novel, what would it be about? You're going to tell us today. A synopsis is basically sort of like a summary of the novel. So you tell us roughly what happens in the book. And it's interesting to think about something that you would write. If someone to say to you, okay, I'll give you $100,000 to write a novel, what would you do it about? So let's see who we've got. We'll say hello to our students, and then we'll get straight into writing today. So hello to Anna, who was here first, I think.
Hello, Amy. Thank you.
How are you doing, Anna? I missed you the other day. You've been busy?
Thank you for missing me. Yes, I must be.
Yeah, I assumed stay quiet, and if you have any questions, just ask. You would have been busy, but everything going okay for you?
Yes, I'm doing well, thank you. And you?
Yeah, great, thank you. The weather here in New Zealand seems to be suddenly improving, which is really great because we've had kind of a long-winded, cold weather season. So it's now sunny and beautiful. I'm hoping it's going to stay that way for the next few months. Anyway, welcome to the class, Anna. Who else is here? Julian, hello.
Hello, Amy. How are you?
Great, thank you. Have you had a good week?
Yes, I have a good week. Now I am
Brilliant.
in relaxed time on holidays.
You're on holidays?
Yeah.
Well, it has been a great week. What have you been doing? Just chilling out at home, or did you go away somewhere?
No, yes, something chill out time in my house.
Mm-hmm.
I am doing other things that I could do when I work.
Catching up, Julian.
Yes.
You're not cleaning out the garage, are you? Because that's
Yeah. Well, I
what.
don't have garage, but
Oh, thank goodness. That's
but
one
yes,
of my least favourite tasks to do, actually.
Yes,
In your holiday.
I can see that in your face, that the very action for you.
All right. Well, I'm relieved to hear you're not wasting your holiday doing that kind of thing. It's good to see you. Welcome.
It's very good to see you.
Ksenia, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
That's good. Have you had a good week?
Yes, I think so. Every my week is good. So
Excellent.
Yes.
Oh, you're such a positive person, Ksenia. You always say that. It's very cheerful to hear. All right, so guys, we're just going to get straight stuck into writing. Let me share the link with you, if I can remember where I pasted it. And as usual, we've got a little bit of time, so we did have a high number of bookings for this class. So what I'm going to do, in case people start to arrive late, is try and correct in order of arrival. So I'll give you guys about 20 minutes to write. If no one else comes, I'll give you longer. If we get an influx of students, then I will start correcting in about 20-25 minutes with you guys first, and then we'll see how we go from there. So the link is there. Let me share my screen. There's not a lot for you to see on here, but let me just give you also a little helper, which is for just writing a synopsis. If you're not exactly sure what to do, there's a page that can help you out here. Just gives you some little bullet points on what kind of things you should think about if you want to have a look at it. It's the second link there. And just do what you always do, type your name, and off you go. I'll